Henry Cavill, the modern-day Superman, has a kryptonite of his own when it comes to his performance in Zack Snyder's Man of Steel. Hello viewers, welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more videos. We've all been there. A moment where hindsight kicks in like a lightning bolt, and suddenly, we realize that one small change could have made all the difference. For Henry Cavill, this "what if" moment came during his performance as the iconic Superman in Man of Steel. While Clark Kent's fight against General Zod was the epic battle of good versus evil, it's a different kind of battle that haunts Cavill, a battle with himself. We're talking about a smile. Yes, a simple, fleeting smile. Cavill once revealed his biggest regret, an innocent moment at the end of Man of Steel that now, years later, still gives him the chills. And it's that tiny imperfection that Cavill wishes he could turn back time and fix. For many, Man of Steel was a breath of fresh air in the superhero world. Henry Cavill's towering physique and brooding portrayal of Superman breathed new life into a character that, for all its comic book glory, had never truly been updated for modern times. But even Superman isn't immune to personal doubts. Cavill himself confessed to one major regret that continues to bug him: his smile. "I would have smiled differently," Cavill said via Screen Rant, referring to the pivotal scene where Superman stands over his father's grave, speaking to his mother, Martha Kent. The moment was meant to be a quiet reflection. Instead, Cavill admitted that his smile in that scene felt irritating, something that doesn't sit well with him every time he watches it. "I just don't like it. Why did I smile like that? That's not how I smile. That I would have done it differently." The scene is a small but telling moment, revealing the burden Clark Kent carries. However, Cavill's dissatisfaction with his own performance here speaks to a greater, more relatable truth. No matter how invincible you appear, there's always that one thing that nags at you. In Cavill's case, it's the smile. When David Corenswet was announced as the new Superman, the news sent shockwaves through the fandom. But it wasn't because of excitement, it was more like an awkward pause at a family dinner. Fans were expecting a new Superman, yes, but when they looked at Corenswet, they weren't exactly seeing the towering, muscle-bound figure that Henry Cavill had brought to life. At 190.5 centimeters tall, Corenswet does indeed stand tall, but the brooding physicality that Cavill brought to the role seemed to be noticeably absent. Corenswet's casting sparked a lot of debate. Cavill's portrayal of the character became an iconic image of strength and intensity: his chiseled jawline, his muscular physique, and that serious, almost grim, persona were the perfect match for the brooding Kryptonian. And while Corenswet does have the height and the strong jaw, he wasn't exactly walking into the role with a physique that screamed superhuman strength. At least, not at first. Corenswet's trainer, Paolo Mascitti, shared photos of the actor in the gym on Instagram, showcasing his growing muscles and his commitment to becoming Superman in the most literal sense. Fans on Reddit and social media were quick to notice the changes, commenting on his visible transformation and the dedication he's shown. Even Rachel Brosnahan, who will play Lois Lane, teased in an interview that Corenswet has been working on his fighting skills for the role. But despite the physical gains, critics and fans still aren't convinced. Some fans are simply too attached to Cavill's version of Superman. The problem isn't Corenswet's ability, it's that many just don't want to let go of Cavill's portrayal. And that's a tough crowd to win over.
Cavill was born in Jersey, the largest and southernmost of the Channel Islands, which are dependent territories of the British Crown and are located off the coast of Normandy, France. He is the fourth of 5 sons of Marianne Cavill, née Dalgliesh, a secretary, and Colin Cavill, a stockbroker. The family lived in St. Helier, where Henry Cavill grew up playing computer games with his brothers. At age 13 he left Jersey to attend the Stowe School, a boarding school in Buckinghamshire, England. At Stowe, Cavill developed an interest in acting and participated in school productions, including Grease, A Midsummer Night's Dream, and Tom Stoppard's Dog's Hamlet. At age 16 he and his classmates had the opportunity to be extras in the movie Proof of Life, 2000, starring Russell Crowe. While on set, Cavill introduced himself to the recent Oscar winner, who encouraged him to pursue acting professionally. Cavill soon landed a role in Vendetta, 2001, followed by another in Kevin Reynolds' big-screen adaptation of The Count of Monte Cristo, 2002. For the part of Albert Mandego, Cavill, who has said that he was teased for being overweight as a kid, was encouraged to lose several pounds. In addition, Cavill had guest roles in a number of British television shows as well as supporting parts in the coming-of-age film I Capture the Castle, 2003, and an adaptation of the Celtic romance Tristan plus Isolde, 2006. During this period, Cavill auditioned for several iconic roles, including Superman and James Bond, which ultimately went to Brandon Routh in Superman Returns and Daniel Craig in Casino Royale, both 2006, respectively. Those setbacks led him to consider following in the footsteps of two of his elder brothers and joining the armed forces. In 2007, however, Cavill garnered his first leading role in The Tudors, a cable series following the exploits of Henry VIII, played by Irish actor Jonathan Rhys-Meyers. Cavill portrayed Charles Brandon, a loyal courtier to the king. The series helped make Cavill a familiar face, and during its 4 seasons, 2007 to 10, he also appeared in such films as the adventure fantasy Stardust, 2007, and the Woody Allen comedy Whatever Works, 2009. After The Tudors, Cavill proved his skill as an action star, playing Greek hero Theseus in Immortals, 2011, and the son of a CIA agent, played by Bruce Willis, in The Cold Light of Day, 2012. In 2011, Cavill announced that he had been cast as Clark Kent/Superman in Man of Steel, 2013. He later admitted that he had missed the call from director Zack Snyder offering him the job because he had been playing the online game World of Warcraft. To portray the Man of Steel, Cavill transformed his body, adding so much muscle that he sometimes split the seams of his Superman costume. He also had the opportunity to work alongside Crow, who played Superman's father. Jor-El. Cavill went on to reprise the role in Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, 2016, starring opposite Ben Affleck as Batman, and in Justice League, 2017, featuring such DC comic book heroes as Wonder Woman, played by Israeli actress Gal Gadot. In between Superman films, Cavill starred in director Guy Ritchie's big-screen adaptation of The Man from UNCLE, 2015, playing a CIA agent who teams up with a KGB agent, played by Armie Hammer, and in Sand Castle, 2017, portraying a Special Forces captain on a 2003 tour of Iraq. Cavill then played the main antagonist in Mission Impossible Fallout, 2018, the 6th installment of Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible series. In 2019, he assumed the lead role in the hit Netflix series The Witcher, based on the novels by Polish author Andrzej Sapkowski, whose sources include Polish mythology and Slavic folklore. Cavill played Sherlock Holmes, the elder brother of aspiring sleuth Enola Holmes in the movies Enola Holmes, 2020, and Enola Holmes 2, 2022.